Good morning, Falcons. Today is Wednesday, December 11th. I'm Will Pryor.
And I'm Addison White.
Today's weather. Today will be much cooler with a high in the low 30s and a low near 10. There's a chance of a few flurries or snow showers throughout the day.
Falcons, it's time to start planning for next week's Spirit Week.
Student Council is sponsoring the last Spirit Week before winter break, so show your school spirit with these fun dress-up days.
Monday, PJ Day.
Tuesday, Festive Hat Day.
Wednesday, Student Staff Swap Day. Students dress as teachers and teachers dress as students.
Thursday, Tropical Day.
Friday, Ugly Sweater Day, paired with your house colors.
Here are today's announcements.
Falcons, the Fall Creek Junior High Student Council is sponsoring a toy drive benefiting the Riley Children's Hospital Cheer Guide.
They will be accepting donations from now until December 20th.
New toys and packaging can be dropped off in the main office, or you can purchase toys directly from the Amazon wish list by scanning the QR code that will appear on the screen.
Help make a child's holiday season brighter and by donating today.
Next week, Student Council will be selling candy canes during lunch starting Wednesday, December 18th.
Each candy cane will be $1.
All proceeds benefit Riley Children's Hospital.
Attention all students. JVSU next meeting will take place this Friday, December 13th. All members need to arrive at 8:25 a.m. at door 1.
Any new students are welcome to join the meeting. If you have any questions, feel free to contact the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Collins.
E-learning has been a way that we started to learn since COVID, and so we've done some research to see if it positively affects our learning experience. Continue watching to see the results.
Students, teachers, and parents across the United States are being affected by e-learning because it's becoming a way that students are starting to learn. But is e-learning better than learning in person?
The first question we came up with is it easier to learn online than it is to learn in person?
In-person versus online pros and cons of each states it's difficult to get to know people through video calls and without good connection. Students tend to lose focus during online classes because it does not matter to them. Students are also reluctant to learn when attending online classes because they know they will just have to watch and memorize along the way.
This quote is proving that it is harder to learn online. During e-learning, students have a challenging time focusing.
Students think e-learning does not matter because there is not a teacher there to watch them and babysit them. There is also not a teacher there to make sure that they're doing their work and that they're on task all the time.
E-learning can also be challenging because students are getting lots of Wi-Fi problems. This sets them behind schedule and they cannot get their work done. Another question that we were thinking about was, how is e-learning beneficial to us?
Gore states every person is unique, right? So why should your learning experience be one size fits all? Learning is all about personalizing for each learner. You can learn at your own pace, whether you're a speed demon or a slow and steady type. Customizing the e-learning atmosphere is all about you. What is your fantastic retron?
E-learning lets you go on your own pace no matter how fast or slow you work. Instead of the bell consistently ringing on you, you can relax, work at your own pace, and then move to your next class whenever needed.
E-learning can be beneficial when it comes to being able to do work at a pace you want without being rushed. It helps when you relax and work slowly without making mistakes.
Before we get further into this, let us interview Mrs. Bryson to see her opinion on this topic.
I'm Rahafal Yusuf from the 8th grade, and I'm here with Ms. Bryson, our science teacher from Nickel Plate. How much completion do you see on an average e-learning day?
I would say between 75 and 80%, depending when I post the assignment. So if I post it early, I feel like I get a little bit more completion than if I post it the day of, because kids like to work ahead.
Yeah. What is something positive that you take away from e-learning?
Well, you guys are home learning. We are here learning as well, and getting lots of trainings to keep you guys safe in our building, and to prepare us for testing and lots of other good stuff. So we have time to get professional development during that time.
Yeah. And what kind of lessons have you seen most effective?
I would say lessons when we're doing things that aren't new, like doing review things that I've already taught you guys and things that you can practice doing those things, or that type of assignment usually is the most effective for e-learning.
Perfect. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Now let's bring our focus to the pros and cons of e-learning.
The articles, Pros and Cons of Online Learning, exploring the good and bad, and the Wi-Fi drop states you can create your own schedule and prioritize your educational pursuits with juggling work, family, and everything else life throws at you.
Another pro that the article talks about is that e-learning lets students relax on their couch, in a coffee shop, or anywhere else they please. Students do not have to sit at a desk or in a hard chair like they do have to at school.
The last pro that the article talks about is that students can spend extra time on topics in school that they find are hard. If students think math is hard, they can spend more time in that subject other than other subjects.
Now that we have started some pros, let's talk about the other side of the argument. Here are a few cons of the e-learning.
The first con that is talked about, during e-learning, it can get lonely because you're not with your friends. During school, kids get to be with their friends, but during e-learning, they're at their house by themselves.
Another con that is talked about in this article is that e-learning gives students lots of internet problems. Internet problems are the last thing students want to get in their way of e-learning.
Last, when students are in class, they get to see teachers' gestures and facial expressions, but when they are online, they get to see none of that. For some students, the only way they can learn is watching teachers' gestures. E-learning can be both good and bad, depending on the way students think about it.
Now, let's see how many people feel that e-learning in school is better than learning online.
I'm Ella Black from the 8th grade, and I'm here with Edie White from the 8th grade. Edie, what are some challenges that you face when it comes to e-learning?
A challenge that I face when it comes to e-learning is lots of distractions, and if I have a question on a problem, I don't have a teacher there to ask for help.
Okay, and then do you think it's easier to get your work done in the classroom in school or at home online?
I feel like it's easier to get my work done in a classroom because I actually have a teacher there to ask questions or help to understand a problem.
Yeah, and do you ever feel yourself struggling with e-learning?
Yes, I do, because again, distractions and not having enough help, and if I were to email them, they're in meetings all day, so they probably won't get back to me till the end of the day.
Okay, I completely agree. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Avery Roberts from the 8th grade, and I'm here with Leonie Rivera from the 8th grade. Leonie, do you prefer to learn in the classroom or online?
I personally prefer to learn in the classroom because I tend to procrastinate a lot, and I have a very short attention span, and I feel when I'm in a classroom I can definitely focus on the task at hand better.
Yeah. And how often do you have internet problems during learning?
I would say about 50% of the time I have internet problems. It really just depends on the weather.
And how do you solve them?
Honestly, I just wait for it to load.
And do you feel like it's hard to focus when you're doing e-learning?
It depends. I mean, sometimes I'll hear my mom yelling at my siblings, or technology and friends can sometimes be distracting.
Yeah. And then do you feel like focusing in the classroom is easier then?
For sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Leonie.
Of course.
Hi, I'm Avery Roberts from the 8th grade, and I'm here with Gabby Height from the 8th grade. Gabby, what do you feel are some benefits and drawbacks of e-learning?
Some benefits for e-learning is that you can do your work at your own pace, and you can stop frequently in case you need to take a break.
Yeah, and then what are some drawbacks?
You can't have help from your friends or your teachers if you don't understand something, or if you're learning something new and you don't understand it.
Yeah, and then how does e-learning affect your learning experience?
E-learning affects my experience by letting me do my work at my own pace, so then I can take breaks and focus, so then it helps me get my work done better.
And then do you have a hard time understanding the material online?
Normally I have a pretty easy time unless it's something new that we haven't learned yet, and then it's hard because I don't have a teacher with me to help.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then, so then you feel that it's easier to learn in the classroom?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Gabby.
According to Peck, 70% of students like online learning better because of the traditional classroom learning.
This quote is showing that 30% of students like e-learning in the classroom better than learning online. Students tend to enjoy e-learning because of the little work they have to do. E-learning is a way that kids get to relax and not have to worry about a lot.
Another question we produced is, Is e-learning easier for teachers?
10 pros and cons of being an online teacher states much like traditional in-person learning, virtual classes depend on the student to show up and complete their work. First, students or teachers experience interrupts in internet service through connection issues or wild technology tools.
This is showing us that e-learning is easier for teachers. Most teachers like teaching in a classroom when they know their kids are paying attention and know what they are doing.
During e-learning, teachers cannot explain anything to their kids. If the kids have a question, they have to send an email to the teachers, and the teachers must continuously respond to the emails. E-learning is hard for both teachers and kids.
Lastly, does e-learning give kids more time to spend with friends and family?
The impacts of e-learning on family dynamics states that e-learning enables families to spend more time together, engaging in educational tasks and discussions.
This gives us information that e-learning lets us spend more time with family. Family can really bond together and have lots of fun. Students can also grow their relationship with their friends. Overall, e-learning is not worth it for many reasons. Learning should be something we go to in the worst case scenario. It just makes life so hard on parents, teachers, and some students.
It is something that makes learning hard by network problems, confusion, and focus problems. So do you think e-learning is worth it? Thanks for watching.
Thanks for tuning in, Falcons.
Remember to be safe, optimistic, accountable, and respectful.
Have a great day.